Hello, world. My name is Prentiss, and in the words of Ron White, let me tell you something you don't know. um, yeah, I don't know. Sounded good when I thought of it. Well, my name is, in fact, Prentiss. A lot of people have never heard that name before. To tell you the truth, I don't know anybody with that name. Um, well, I guess unless you count the person that I'm named after. See, my mom told me the story a few years ago. Apparently, when she was pregnant with me, she watched, I believe it was The Young and the Restless, and there was a family whose surname was Prentiss. So, because she watched that so much when she was pregnant with me, she named me after them. Go figure. My middle name I got from my grandfather. I never really liked that, but I grew to like it. For a while there, I actually went by my middle name, but that was when I didn't like my first name too much. I am rambling, and this is probably boring as hell. So let's try and talk about something else. Um, Spent a lot of time watching or looking at news channels online and such. So maybe we'll just talk about something I saw in the news. Apparently, there's a talk of a new Three Stooges. I mean, a movie at least, if not a regular television show or anything. And they've only cast two of the Stooges so far. One of them being Will Sasso as Curly, and another being Sean Hayes as Larry, or so I hear. Will Sasso, I get. I've always thought he was funny. A lot of people say that once he lost the weight, he wasn't quite as funny, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think he breaks the trend. Um, Sean Hayes, generally I could take him or leave him. Didn't really watch Will and Grace because, I have a penis. But, but I suppose he's gonna do okay. I mean, he's not a terrible comedic actor, certainly. I thought it was very funny in The Bucket List. I mean, the very concept of the movie was rather depressing, so any humor that could be found was a good thing. Um, what else can I say? Oh, really? What else can I say? I only have a couple of subscribers so far, so if there's anything you all want to hear about, you let me know, and I will be sure to post a video about it. I don't know. This is kind of fun. I can see why some people want to do this for a living. I wouldn't mind doing it for a living. If I could. Hint, hint. Let's see. What else is in the news? Oh, this isn't news. This thing just occurred to me as a few years old. And I'm sure everyone's weighed in on it and nobody's really interested in hearing a new opinion, but I'm going to tell you anyway because I don't care. I think it is bullshit what happened to Conan O'Brien. With the whole getting the Tonight Show, which is like a dream gig for pretty much any comedian, and then having it snatched away because NBC was afraid to take a little bit of a gamble. And it wasn't even that much of a gamble. I mean, I've always thought Conan O'Brien was way funnier than Jay Leno. I don't even understand. I mean, I guess, if you compare Jay Leno to David Letterman, which was basically, it was one of the two of them was going to get the Tonight Show originally. I mean, I guess Jay Leno is funnier than David Letterman because David Letterman, I don't know, it's like, I mean, the reason I sound like a jackass right now is because I didn't script this. I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head, but I don't have a team of writers that are supposed to make me sound good. It's just me up here. but he's got like 20 people or something that write for him. Never mind the fact that he's supposed to write his own jokes. And yeah, David Letterman is just like, it's like the jokes register as jokes, but they're not funny. And Jay Leno just has some bits that he occasionally does well with. I like that thing he does where the jaywalking. I like that sometimes, and I like the I can't remember what he calls it, but it's where he takes the newspaper things and points out mistakes in them. You know, that's funny, but that's not even really him. That's just stuff that happens to come along. You know, but Conan, I mean, even when he acts like he thinks he's not doing very well, he cracks me up every single time I watch him. Hilarious. So I think it's only right that now he's got a talk show on TBS at least, where he has fewer restrictions in the same time slot. I'm also glad they didn't do to George Lopez what they did to him, because George Lopez is funny too. I mean, I might get a lot of crap for saying that, but I think he is. He might not always pick the best roles, but, you know, he's good at what he does. And that is not something everybody can say. As you can see, I not too long ago shaved my head, but I think I need to touch it up. I don't know. I'll be honest. When it comes to the hair, I can be a little bit lazy. I just, I don't know. I get so preoccupied with other things that often I don't think about things like doing my hair. And, you know, I don't want to look like a scrub. And I don't think my head is terrible for shaving. You can tell me what you think about that. But I like it, and I guess you have to be happy with yourself. No, if you expect anybody else to be happy with you, right? Right. I know I'm right. You don't have to tell me, but you can if you want. Man, you'd think I'd be used to being by myself by now. I spend a lot of time alone these days. There was a while when I lived in Kalamazoo where that's all I did. I mean, I went to work, people talked to me enough to, you know, for us to work together. I spoke up in class because I was going to college at the time too. And there were some people that I played Exalted with. For those of you that don't know, Exalted is a role-playing game. Kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but not. If you don't know, Google it. And anyway, yeah, so I was by myself a lot. And it sucked in all the ways that you would expect it to, but I got used to it too. And I actually reached a point where I preferred being by myself. Then I switched schools, started going to Central, which is in Mount Pleasant, and I met someone. That's probably best left for another video or something. But anyway, she didn't leave me alone. So I kind of got used to having someone around. And now there was a point where I kind of craved company, which I suppose is supposed to be normal, but you know, who gives a crap about being normal, really? I mean, it's not exactly a normal world, as they said in Batman Returns. I mean, maybe that was the first one. I don't know. All I know is Michael Keaton was there. Anyway, now I think I'm starting to get back to that place where I prefer to be alone than around people. But I don't know. I think a middle ground would be best. mean, if I could be alone when I felt like it, but have people that I can hang out with sometimes, I suppose that would be ideal. Mm, what you gonna do? Not a damn thing, that's what. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I think the next video I post, I'm gonna try and actually have something to say, you know, like to say. But for now, I thank you for watching, and this interview is over.